Hey, my friends, it's your friend Kevin. Welcome to all of you. This is your navigation for the week ahead. This is where I take the tarot spread with the stars, the moon, the cards, and give us a heads up for what we can expect. So let's get right to it. I've got my notes here. So let's see. We're in week number 18 of the year, and this is for the week ahead of April 27th through the 3rd of May. So this month is seeing movement of Saturn, which is the lord of karma, if you will, into the sign of Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac. And Saturn spends about 2 years in each sign. So typically brings lessons with it, and perhaps the last lesson since 2023 has been in the sign of Pisces, talking about the sensitivities, emotional endings, and now it's moving into this first sign of the zodiac, Aries, indicating the beginning of a new cycle for the entire world. So you can get an idea of where this is occurring in your own chart by looking at what house is being triggered by the new moon and energy in Aries. This is also according to your rising sign and not your sun sign. For example, Aries being the first house Aries is being affected by the first house, which is focusing on yourself, your life, your visions, your life lessons, your purpose, etc. Taurus, on the other hand, it's affecting the 12th house, which is spiritual regrouping, charging your spiritual energies. And if you want to know particularly what house is being triggered by this move of Saturn into Aries, drop a comment below, and I'll be happy to answer them. Excuse me. So now, because planets retrograde, Saturn's going to be in Aries until September 1st. Then it's going to retrograde back into the sign of Pisces. This month, however, should be really about staying aware of what's going on in your life, being realistic with yourself and others, and learning these lessons that are being triggered. Find out what part of your natal chart is by looking at where your ascendant sign is and where Saturn is in your chart, if that makes sense. So think about it. Aries, first sign of zodiac, Saturn, the piece about learning new lessons, learning lessons, and Aries being about new cycles of life. You get the picture. All right, let's move on. So Sunday, April 27th, is a number 4 angel numerology day. Guardian angels will want you to stop fretting. Today's about being brilliant, about their love, their devotion to you, and working with them on the bigger picture energies. It's also a new moon. So in LA, it's happening at 12:31 at lunchtime. In New York, 3:31 this afternoon. In London, 8:31 p.m. tonight. And in Sydney, Australia, it already happened at 5:31 this morning. So ask yourself for today, what needs to happen for you to get a better financial situation going on? Make your wishes, because we're in this new moon. Bring out the Magician and the Star cards from your tarot deck. And if you want extra help, call upon your angel team, Archangel Chamuel, Archangel Gabriel, because they're going to be with you. We've also got the 4 of Earth, which lines up with our decision to look at where we are financially. Are we spending too much? Are we not spending enough? Are we being too extravagant, too frugal? This is about financial control. Making your wishes about them. Putting a plan together, maybe. Moving on to Monday, April 28th. It's a number 5 angel numerology day. This is about being adventurous, embracing the changes that are coming up. with rigor, with excitement. Today's about sensual, spiritual energy and being dynamic. A good day to approach the ordinary in your life with brand new, fresh eyes. Now, the new moon energy is still good for making wishes. Plus, we've got, you can pull out the awakening card, the tarot card, and we've got the Queen of Air. The Queen of Air is her energy is about being brilliant, experienced. But what I notice about the Queen of Air is when she shows up in a reading for me, it's usually somebody who is being a little bit too serious. And the Queen of Air strikes me as someone who looks at every situation, even if it's a little bit awkward or difficult, with a smile on her face and a giggle in her step. So wherever you can today, go about your adventures with some fun and make your wishes with a bit of laughter. Lift the vibration, if you will. Moving on to Tuesday. Now, we have our guardian angel, Ace of Air, and we have our fella in the winter dragging the sword behind him. He needs inspiration, he needs some communication, and he needs to have some adjustment. However, it's a number 6 angel numerology day saying you got to revitalize things. You got to be responsible, selfless, loving to yourself, and kind to others. The new moon is still allowing us to take advantage, but it's also the moon itself has shifted into the sign of Gemini. And Gemini is about being charming, studious, communication. Double check whatever wish list you've got going on and make an action plan over the next 24 hours. The Ace of Air is kind of sort of like acting as if he's got some doubts on his mind about what to occur and what not to occur. So just get clear with these wishes. Moving on to Wednesday, we have the lovely sign of the Empress. I like to call this Mother Earth, Mother Nature. She's nurturing. These are your guardian angels and your archangels taking care of you. You see right here, you've got a big heart next to her. So, and the bunny rabbit. This is really like, don't be so hard on yourself. Be creative, abundant, and put together a decent action plan. This is May 1st. So it's May Day. Changes, well, no, it's April 30th, sorry. It's a number 7. It's about focusing on yourself. The Empress is letting you know that you're doing a great job and you're heading in the right direction. Material matters are a bit of a concern to you, so you've got the Midas touch on Wednesday. You've got the you've got the King of Pentacles, plus you have Archangel Ariel and Archangel Jophiel on your angel team. Remember that on Wednesday, Venus is moving into Aries and the moon moves into Gemini. So sparks could fly for the one that you're involved with. And that's, if it's not the case, it's plain sailing, move on. But if you've got some issues with the person that you're with, ask yourself why you're with that person. Another idea on Wednesday is that you can look back on the last 4 weeks and just give gratitude and thanks for the universe for any of the lessons that you've learned, good and indifferent ones. Moving on to Thursday, we got the 8 of Fire energy. Now, the 8 of Fire typically means you are firing on way too many cylinders, and you could be feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Speed, activity, multitasking. This is where you use your angel team as the people to put the priorities in the right order. Don't think you have to do all of this by yourself. This is May Day. Revitalize. A change in the month has us revisiting the angel number from Monday, revisiting plans, revitalizing your internal worry. It's also Beltane in the north and Samhain in the southern hemisphere. And the moon is moved into emotional Cancer. So buckle up. This is the start of the month. Listen to your intuition on Thursday and avoid anyone who you may or may not be suspicious of. Just stay away from them. Now, on Friday, and you'll notice this is our Six of Fire, but it came out in the shuffle in the reverse. Now, typically Radleigh Valentine's decks, you don't read cards in the reverse. However, what I'll say is this. Put up right, this is what you want to accomplish. This is what you're looking to do. You want that Six of Fire. I got this. I'm going to do it. I just won the contract. I just won everything that's going on. Things are swimming forward. However, it showed up in the reverse. So basically, what I'm going to say about this card, in the shadow work, you have some work to do if this is where you really want, or this is actually what you deserve to have, what you should be getting, and you're not really believing it. That says you got some interpersonal doubts, some interpersonal shadow work to scratch off. What does it mean where the moon is going? So it's the 2nd of May, it's a number 7, and obviously a number 7 is about refocusing or putting the focus back on track with getting that Midas touch energy. Here's the other bit. The moon has moved into Cancer and Venus is meeting up with Neptune. So you can expect things to go one way or the other when it comes to your romantic partnerships. It's as simple as that. I'm going to say this card being reversed on Friday is about wishy-washy land. And we have moved Saturn into Aries and we ain't got no time to be wishy-washy. So get your mind, your wishes and your desires out of wishy-washy land. And if you have come across someone that you care about, a romantic person that is quashing your doubts, or maybe trying to push their own agenda down your road, this is what we're talking about, being a little bit suspicious. Now, not saying you got to get into a full-on freaky deek with them. No. It just says, this is interesting. This is what the cards predicted. If I want something different, I got to change the mindset. I'm hoping that makes sense. Because here's what happens on Saturday. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. We've got the 12, which is typically the Hangman. But in this lovely Guardian Angel Messages Tarot deck by the fabulous Radleigh Valentine, the Awakening card has our person going upside down and doing cartwheels, looking at it in a different perspective. It's about being selfless. It's also May 3rd. It's a number 8 angel numerology day. So you use all of this abundance, prosperity. That's the name of the game on Saturday. The moon is moving into Leo. That's a fiery sign. That's a look at me, 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 look at me. And it's the first quarter moon. Well, it's actually the eve of the first quarter moon, but it doesn't matter. We're really into the waxing cycle. Bring it in. Bring it on. Let me have it. Take a gander at your wish list, the one you made on the new moon, and get set into motion. What needs to happen to let these dreams of yours come true? All right, my friends. I hope that makes sense to you and it wasn't too willy-nilly, wishy-washy. Put your comments down below. I love reading them and I love responding to them. And, if you want to know what house is being triggered by this Saturn-Aries shuffle, let me know. I mean, I kind of put them down. There's a lot of natal charts out there that are free. You just go into any kind of astrology hub is wonderful. They can pull a chart for you, or if you know an astrologer, let them do it. It's good to know kind of where we are, where our planets shift to, so we can really make plans. All right, friends, I love you. Till tomorrow. Bye for now.